Alright, g'day Crumb Valley, back again. It occurred to me this morning on the Tuesday the 21st of April as I looked at my calendar, the school calendar proposed for the year, that today we were having our ANZAC celebration at the farm school. Obviously not to be, but I've come up with another idea, and that is today we're making ANZAC biscuits. And my challenge to you at home is, with Mum and Dad's help, is to make a batch of these ANZAC biscuits, and who knows, you might be able to share them with some family and friends on ANZAC Day. So here it is. Look, if I can do this, anyone can do it. Cooking with Campbell 101. Alright, ANZAC Day biscuits. Secret recipe I'm going to share with you. It's been passed down generations and generations of Campbell's. What we need, our equipment. Now you're going to need some baking trays. You need to grease those up. You're going to need a large mixing bowl. I've got a nice glass one here, so you better see what I put in here. You're going to need some mixing spoons. We're going to need some measuring cups. Alright, measuring cups and some tablespoons and teaspoons. We're also going to need this flash device. Hopefully you've got one at home. It might look a bit more modern than this one. So it's a sieve that we can sieve our flour with. Okay, we're also going to need some sort of drying trays, some racks for our biscuits when we brought them out of the oven. So a little bit of a wire mesh top rack like that. Okay, so that's our equipment. We are also going to need ingredients. And the ingredients that we need to make these ANZAC biscuits, we're going to need some rolled oats. Yeah, I just got all these from the supermarket this morning. Some rolled oats, some plain flour. It has been a little bit hard to come by lately, but you should have some plain flour in your cupboard at home. We need some golden syrup, some brown sugar, a little bit of coconut, some butter, and we just need a tiny little bit of bicarb soda. Hopefully you've got that in the cupboard at home. Now, I've already got my oven preheated here at 175 degrees, and I've also got a saucepan here. I'm going to take you through that in a moment, but my saucepan's just here on a very, very low heat. Okay, so that's all. I've got my ingredients, I've got my equipment, and I've also spent a very good time washing my hands. I sang happy birthday twice. Got the back of my hands, front of my hands. My hands are very, very clean. Alright, next step. Now there's two main parts to the ANZAC biscuit. We've got to make a dry mixture, and we've got to make a wet mixture, which is where my saucepan on the hot plate. Now we need Mum and Dad's help for all of this. So I'm going to start by making the dry mixture. Now the dry mixture, I'm going to start off with my flour, and a flour I need 1 cup. So I've got my measuring here, I need 1 cup of flour. But I'm not going to pour the flour straight into the bowl. I need to come back to this neat little sieve contraption here. Again, you might have one that's a bit more modern at home. And I'm going to pour my flour into the sieve, and I'm going to sift this flour into my bowl. It's going to thin it out. You can see it coming out nice and fine, and that's going to go into my bowl like that. And you'll see it's all finished and done with. I won't need that anymore. Next thing I'm going to add is my rolled oats. So I need a cup of rolled oats. So I've been able to put my oats there so you can see what a cup looks like. I use my measuring cup here. You might have one of these at home. I'll put it in there so you can see I need a cup of rolled oats. It actually looks a little bit less there, so I might add just a bit more. Okay. I'll have another look. Alright, we've got a cup. Now, all of this is really great maths. We're measuring all the way through. So I've added my oats. Now, so I've added my cup of flour that I sieved through. I've added my cup of rolled oats. The next thing I need is some sugar, and some brown sugar at that. And this, I need a cup of brown sugar. So again, I'll put that in there for you. Alright, you'll see my brown sugar there in my measuring cup. and I'm going to add that in as well. Okay, so I've got my flour, a cup of flour, I put my cup of oats, I put my cup of brown sugar, I'm going to add my coconut. Now my coconut was a bit small, it's half a cup. So again, I had one of these nice little measuring cups, but you could use a measuring cup like this, and you'll see that's half a cup of coconut. And I'm going to pour that into my mixture as well. So remember, this is the dry mixture. Once I've done that, I'm going to get my mixing spoon. I'm going to give it a good mix, right all the way around. So I'm going to mix the flour into the oats into that sugar, and the coconut's just going to go all through. And you'll be able to do most of this just with Mum and Dad's help. Alright, here's Anzac Day on Saturday. I'd like to see everyone, as many people as possible, in the kitchens on Friday, baking some ANZAC biscuits at home. It'd be great to wrap them up in little packs of 3 or 4 and give them to your family or friends, or if you're doing a dawn service in your driveway on Saturday morning, maybe give it to some neighbours. It'd be a wonderful gesture to acknowledge a very important day on our calendar. Okay, so there's my dry mixture done. Once I've done the dry mixture, I'm just going to put that aside, and I'm going to work on the wet mixture. The wet mixture is going to require a stovetop on, just on a very low heat. Okay, so I've had that on a low heat since I've started. And for the wet mixture, again, we're going to need our butter. Now, we need 125 grams of butter. This block of butter that you buy at the supermarket is 250 grams. I want 125. Am I going to weigh it up on a scale, or could I do it an easier way? If this was 250, 125. I think you know the answer. It's half of it, isn't it? So I can just cut half of this block of butter. Okay, so I know that's 125 grams because the whole block was 250, and half of 250 is 125. So I'm going to need that whole half block of butter, 125 grams of butter, and I need to put this in my saucepan. And we're just going to melt this. We don't want to cook it, we don't want to burn it, we just want to very slowly give it a cook in that saucepan. You'll see there's a bit of steam coming off, you can hear it sizzling a little bit, that's because that pan was already nice and warm. And I'm just going to put that aside. The next thing I'm going to need, and this is really going to test my memory, I need to put some golden, once that butter is all melted down, I'm going to use my spoon for this just to make sure that it gets stirred around. I'm going to need to add some golden syrup. I need to add a little bit of golden syrup. I need to add 2 tablespoons of golden syrup to this mixture. And I also need to add 1 teaspoon of bicarb soda and just a little smidge, about a tablespoon of water to this mixture. Remember, this is the wet mixture. Okay, so there's my butter. You can't quite see it at the moment. If you want to make it melt a bit quicker, you can cut it up or break it up into smaller pieces. It's really important not to have that saucepan too hot, and that it just melts nice and slowly. You'll smell it. If it's cooking too fast, you'll smell the butter and it'll start to burn. Okay, so that's going really nicely in there now. It's becoming a nice yellow liquid. Alright, so I'm going to add now, I'm just going to add some of this golden syrup. I want 2 tablespoons. Now I'm very lucky in this kitchen. I'm in the Cromwell Valley State School kitchen upstairs here, but I've got these tablespoons here. They're a little measuring device. You might have these at home, but it actually says on there 1 tablespoon, which equals 20 ml. Alright, you can improvise, you can use a normal spoon at home. I'm just going to pour my golden syrup into the tablespoon. Add that in. There's 1, remember it was 2. Okay, so I've got my butter that's melted, I've got my golden syrup in there now. I'm still just gently stirring it, giving it a good mix. Remember, it is very hot, it's a hot saucepan. I'm going to keep well back, really good idea when you're cooking in the kitchen to keep the handles back facing away. But you've got little ones in the house like I do, you don't want them reaching up grabbing that handle. So we're just going to slowly cook that, mix it all together. Now, the bicarb soda, I just need a very small amount of this, only a teaspoon. Prove a little difficult. Oh, there we go. In fact, I've just checked my recipe there. It's half a teaspoon, so it's only the tiniest little smidgen. So I've just got a little plastic teaspoon here. I'm just going to reach in there, and it's a very, very small amount, only half of a teaspoon. You'll see it there. It's just half a teaspoon. I'm just going to add that in there. Okay, and I'll give that another good stir again. Now the last thing I need for this wet mixture, I just need 1 tablespoon of water. Alright, got my water there at the tablespoon, I'm just going to add that in. Okay. I'll give it another stir. It's a nice golden yellowy colour. There's no lumps in it. That butter is completely melted. The syrup is mixed in really nicely with the butter. And that's looking great. That's all done. I'm going to make sure I turn up my stove top. Put that aside. Now I'm going to bring back